My name is Timothy A. Wise. I'm the Research and Policy Program Director at the Global Development and Environment Institute at Tufts University, and I'm in Mexico City at the National Assembly of the Mexican Farmers Organization on NEC to present information on a recent study on the impacts of agricultural dumping on Mexican producers. IATP has documented very well the impacts that the United States, particularly after the Farm Bill of 1996, increased the dumping margins of its exports, defined as the percentage by which the product is exported at a price below the average cost of production in the United States. That's one of the World Trade Organization's definitions of dumping, and it turns out to be very applicable here. What I did in my study is looked at the period from 1997 to 2005 and calculated the extent to which dumping has taken place for 8 products, 5 crops and 3 types of meat, the most important crop being corn, obviously, for Mexico. And I calculated the extent to which dumping has taken place and the losses to Mexican producers from those prices transmitted to the Mexican market through the exports to see how much these policies have cost Mexico. The results are dramatic. I find that in that 9-year period, the costs were $12.8 billion adjusted for inflation. That amounts to $1.4 billion a year during that period for those 8 products. For corn, corn represents half of those losses to Mexican producers. And again, by a loss to the Mexican producer, it means that if the prices had not been forced down by dumping level prices, which in the case of corn, the dumping margin was 19%, Mexican producers would have earned $6.6 billion more, $700 million more per year. Those numbers, all big numbers sound big, but in this case, the numbers really are big. They amount to, the total losses amount to more than the entire value of tomato exports from Mexico to the United States, one of NAFTA's great success stories. They amount to 10% of Mexico's entire agricultural exports to the United States since NAFTA. And in corn, for Mexican producers, they amount to $99 per hectare in losses. How much is that? It's more than the value of the Mexican government subsidy payment to small farmers. So the impact has been dramatic, and Mexican farmers, not just in corn, but for these other crops, have suffered the effects. It certainly is a call to re-examine NAFTA as an agreement that at this point excludes the possibility of the Mexican government to protect those farmers from such dumping level prices.